You've probably heard some wild tales about dogs that sound like they've been passed down for generations. You know the ones, like, 1 human year equals 7 dog years, or maybe, when your dog licks you, it's just a big ol' kiss. Come on, who comes up with this stuff? And how about that classic, dogs are colorblind? Spoiler alert, they're not stuck in some vintage black and white movie. These myths are so common it's easy to buy into them without a second thought. But today, we're setting the record straight, diving deep into the truth behind these stories, and giving you the real scoop on what makes your dog tick. We'll unpack the science, sprinkle in some insights from dog lovers like you, and maybe even share a heartfelt story or two to remind you why dogs are so special. So, grab a treat, human or dog friendly, and let's get started. Let's kick things off with one you've probably heard a million times: dogs eat grass when they're sick and need to vomit. It's the kind of thing you nod along to because, well, it sounds plausible, right? You've seen your pup chomping on the lawn and then, yep, up comes breakfast. But hold the phone, because it's not that cut and dried. Research from the University of California, Davis, tells a different story. Only about 22% of dogs who munch on grass actually throw up afterward, and just 8% show signs of feeling sick before they start grazing. So, what's the deal? For a lot of dogs, eating grass is less about an upset stomach and more about, well, passing the time. Think about it: when you're bored, maybe you fidget, scroll your phone, or doodle on a notepad. Dogs? They might turn to the backyard buffet. Grass snacking can be a way to relieve boredom or even ease a bit of anxiety. It's like their version of stress eating a bag of chips. But before you shrug it off as harmless, there's a catch. Not all grass is safe. Parks, yards, and public spaces can be treated with pesticides, fertilizers, or even harbor parasites like hookworms. That's a real risk, even if your dog's tummy is fine. Now, if your dog is treating the lawn like an all-you-can-eat salad bar, it might be worth a closer look. Excessive grass eating could hint at dietary deficiencies, digestive issues, or even stress. A quick check-in with your vet can rule out anything serious. Most of the time, though, it's just dogs being their quirky selves. The takeaway? Skip the old wives' tales and keep an eye on what's growing in your yard. Your pup's health deserves more than a guess. Next up, let's tackle the saying, "A tired dog is a happy dog." It's one of those phrases that feels true. After all, a dog sprawled out, tongue lolling, looks pretty content, right? But here's the thing: exhaustion isn't the same as happiness. Sure, exercise is crucial. A good romp in the park or a game of fetch keeps your dog's body healthy and burns off that zoomies energy. But if you're thinking a marathon run every day is the key to a joyful pup, you're missing the mark. Imagine if someone forced you to hit the gym for hours on end without a break. You'd be wiped out, not exactly bursting with glee. Dogs need balance, just like we do. Physical activity is only half the equation. Their brains need a workout, too. Ever tried a puzzle feeder? Hidden treats in a toy or a quick round of hide and seek can light up your dog's mind like nothing else. Teaching them a new trick, like roll over or play dead, isn't just fun, it builds confidence and keeps them sharp. A dog that's only physically tired might still be restless or bored, which can lead to chewed furniture or endless barking. Mental stimulation fills in the gaps, creating a well-rounded, truly happy pup. So, next time you're tempted to wear them out with another lap around the block, mix it up. Toss in some brain games, watch their tail wag, and see the difference for yourself. A happy dog isn't just tired, they're fulfilled. Oh, this one's a classic: 1 human year equals 7 dog years. It's so tidy, so easy to remember, that it's no wonder it's stuck around. But let's be real, it's way off base. The idea probably came from a rough comparison of human and dog lifespans, like 70 years for us versus 10 for them. Divide it up, and boom, you've got 7. Except dogs don't age like that at all. Here's the truth: a dog's first year is a whirlwind. From a tiny, wobbly puppy to a full-grown adult, the first trip around the sun is more like 15 human years. After that, things slow down. Each additional dog year is closer to 4 or 5 human years, depending on the breed. And speaking of breeds, size makes a huge difference. Smaller dogs, like Chihuahuas or Terriers, often live well into their teens, sometimes hitting 20. Larger breeds, like Great Danes or Mastiffs, might only reach 8 or 10 years. A 5-year-old Yorkie and a 5-year-old Saint Bernard? They're not aging at the same pace. This myth also ignores how dogs hit milestones differently. They're not out here applying for jobs at 21 or planning retirement at 65. Instead, focus on their unique life stages, puppyhood, adulthood, senior years, and celebrate each one. Every moment with your dog is precious, no matter how you count the years. Ditch the 7-year rule and cherish their quirks, from bouncy puppy energy to wise, gray-muzzled naps. Now, let's clear up another big one: dogs are colorblind. You've probably pictured your dog living in a grayscale world, like they're stuck in an old silent film. Not true. Dogs do see colors, just not the way we do. Their eyes have fewer cone cells, which are the bits that detect color. Humans see a full rainbow, but dogs pick up shades of blue, yellow, and gray. Reds and greens. Those are mostly a blur, blending into muddy browns or grays. So, that bright red frisbee on the green grass? To your dog, it's probably a dull blob against another dull blob. But don't feel bad for them, their world is far from boring. Dogs rely way more on motion, contrast, and brightness than on color. Ever notice how they spot a squirrel darting across the yard before you do? That's their vision at work. Plus, their noses are like supercomputers, sniffing out details we'd never catch. A dog's world is vivid in its own way, painted with scents and sounds we can only imagine. So, no, they're not colorblind, they're just seeing life through a different lens. This one's a heart tugger: dogs feel guilty after misbehaving. You know the look: head down, eyes wide, maybe a hesitant tail wag. You come home to a shredded couch cushion, and there's your pup, practically spelling out "I'm sorry" with their body language. It's so easy to believe they're drowning in remorse. But here's the twist: that guilty face isn't about regret, it's about you. Dogs are absolute pros at reading us. Your furrowed brow, sharp tone, or even the way you sigh when you see the mess. They pick up on it faster than you can say "bad dog." That sad-eyed look is more about submission than shame. They're trying to calm you down, not confess to a crime. Guilt, as we know it, requires a sense of morality, knowing right from wrong in a human way. Dogs don't quite work like that. They live in the now, reacting to what's happening, not dwelling on past mistakes. But here's where it gets interesting: some of you have shared stories that challenge this. Like the dog who hides before you even spot the accident, or the pup who seems to know they've messed up. Could it be they're sensing routine disruptions or remembering past reactions? Maybe they're just that good at reading the room. Either way, punishment isn't the answer. Focus on training and positive reinforcement instead. Show them what to do right, and you'll see fewer guilty looks and more wagging tails. Finally, let's talk about those slobbery smooches. The myth goes, when your dog licks you, it's basically a kiss. It's such a sweet idea, and we get it. Those wet nudges feel like love, don't they? And honestly, they kind of are. Licking is a big part of how dogs bond, show trust, and connect with their pack, aka you. But there's more to it than pure affection. Licking is like a dog's Swiss Army knife. They use it to explore the world, tasting your skin, sweat, or even that leftover sandwich crumb. It's also a feel-good move. Licking releases endorphins, calming them down when they're stressed. Ever notice your dog licking more when they're nervous? It's their version of chewing gum. But there's a flip side. Dog saliva can carry bacteria like Captocytophaga, which can be risky for folks with weaker immune systems. Letting them lick open wounds or your face isn't always the safest bet. And here's something wild: some dogs lick because they're picking up on you. Stories from dog owners mention pups licking specific spots, only for their humans to later discover health issues like cancer. It's rare, but dogs' noses are so sharp they might sense changes we can't. If your dog's fixated on one area, it's worth a doctor's visit, for you and them. Licking is love, sure, but it's also communication. Pay attention, keep it clean, and enjoy those moments of connection safely. Busting these myths isn't just about setting the record straight, it's about understanding your dog better. Knowing why they eat grass, how they see the world, or what those guilty looks really mean helps you meet their needs. Dogs give us so much: unconditional love, loyalty, and those heart-melting moments that make life brighter. The least we can do is get to know them for who they really are, not what old stories claim. Take it from the countless dog lovers out there. One shared how their rescued pit bull, scarred from a brutal past, learned to trust again, not through punishment but through patience. Another told of a puppy gently biting their nose, leading to a life-saving cancer diagnosis. These stories remind us that dogs aren't just pets, they're family, teachers, even guardians. They don't need myths to make them amazing, the truth is more than enough. Now that you're armed with the facts, you're ready to be an even better dog parent. Watch your pup with fresh eyes. Notice when they're bored and toss them a puzzle toy. Swap that red ball for a blue one they can spot easier. And when they give you that sorry face, laugh it off and redirect them to something fun. There's so much more to learn about these incredible creatures, from how they sniff out danger to the way they seem to just know when you need a cuddle. If you loved this deep dive, stick around for more. Our next video will explore how dogs sense things we can't, like spotting bad vibes or even saving lives with their super sniffer powers. It'll make you see your furry friend in a whole new light, maybe even feel a little safer knowing they've got your back. So, hit that subscribe button and share this video with anyone who could use a dose of doggy wisdom. Let's spread the truth about our four-legged pals together.